Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Star Flames and we are back baby with another video. In this video guys, we're gonna talk about Nicki Minaj going off on Keysha because of an interview that she did yesterday with the Breakfast Club where she basically said a lot of artists like Nicki Minaj started from Gucci. Gucci basically helped them to launch their careers. He gave them that launching pad. And when these people are collecting their awards, it would be decent of them to at least show him some acknowledgement. And if you know Gucci and Keysha that woman, she loves and she defends her husband to the maximum. And as such, Nicki was not having a honey. So as such, Nicki went off on Keysha on Twitter. And she has been saying, Keysha always wants to be like her. Now, I came across this clip from our girl Nosy, who covers it best. So I'm going to share that clip with you and then I'll get back with the rest of my commentary because I'm going to be pretty honest at this point. I believe that Nicki has every right to defend herself, but I'm going to honestly say I think Nicki needs help. But let's get into this clip, shall we? And then I'll get back with the rest of my commentary.
I don't know if Keysha was promoting her book or shading Nicki Minaj, but wasn't this a Gucci Mane interview? Now, Keysha and Gucci Mane sat down with the Breakfast Club to promote their new book. Now, their new book, or his new book, actually discusses his journey through his mental health issues as well as his opioid addiction. Now, the interview took a weird turn because DJ Envy began to ask Gucci Mane and Keysha who decided to chime in, about why he wasn't getting his accolades from artists that he helped bring up.
Say this, it is still kind of like paying it forward because when I got out, all those artists did come back and do songs with me. You know what I'm saying?
But when you were down, did they help?
They did.
Don't acknowledge him. He doesn't care or feel that way, but from the outside looking in, they should acknowledge him.
He's just do as an iconic figure in hip hop and all the artists he put on.
No,
but it ain't.
What would you like to see, Keysha? Like what?
I would like them, all of them, to acknowledge him, even if they win an award. Acknowledge him because he gave you the stomping ground.
Mm-hmm. Most people don't know Nicki Minaj came out of that camp. French Montana came out of that
all
camp.
of
Most
them.
people don't know half those people. We know, but most people don't know that.
Migos, Thug.
Like most people
because they don't say it.
Now, because DJ Envy decided to be messy and mention Nicki Minaj, she took to Twitter and here's what she had to say. Now, she stated in this very long tweet, which I'm not going to read all of it, but I will read this portion because it's important. She says Gucci's wife, referring to Keysha has been trying to be me for years, been dying for the spotlight for years. She's there to keep Gucci sedated. Gucci hates Deborah. And then she goes on to say that they don't want Deb around me. She's around me now. Now, the Deborah she's referring to is Waka Flocka's mother, but she goes by the name of Deb. That's how we all know her. Then she switches over and refers to the LAPD. She says, LAPD, where's the evidence that my home was being swatted with a tolerance sign 4 times? Pew pews drawn. Republic record. Stand up for me. Any day now. You'll regret it. Now, after their interview with the Breakfast Club, Keysha had posted this in her story. And a lot of people were saying it was kind of like shade, but I don't really see the shade. Now you can pause to read this. She basically tags her husband and essentially says thank you to the people who were DMing her in regard to the book. On her post, which is very long, she goes on to talk about loving your loved ones who have bipolar disorder and how the times of being with someone who has a mental health disorder can be challenging. But you know what? I actually might see the shade because this post gets longer. Now you can pause to read this, but she continues to really rambling is what Keysha is doing. And she's saying, the longer episode lasts, referring to a manic episode during bipolar disorder, before you get help, the worse it can become. They become extremely dangerous to themselves and others. Now, I told y'all this post was long. She goes on to say in this post, please take accountability for your mental health. Get help. Accept it. There's nothing to be ashamed of. And I feel like there's some shade here. Y'all may not catch it, but I do. Because there was absolutely zero reason to leave these long posts on your page if you wasn't trying to shade somebody.
Okay, so it was DJ Envy, who decided to be messy right there, letting the world know that a lot of people don't know that's the camp Nicki came from, right? Now, we know that Nicki Minaj acknowledges one person consistently, and that is Lil Wayne, because I believe that was the peak of her career where people actually saw Nicki. And as such, and so why Nicki will always love and acknowledge Lil Wayne. However, at the same time, I have to say that Keysha Kayur, she is 100% correct, because this man, he did help to influence your career. And as such, show a little respect. That's all she's saying. She's just saying, give the man some credit. But honey, Nicki was not having it. And as such, she went off on Keysha, saying Keysha Kayur always wanted to be like her. And Nicki has been accusing a lot of people of wanting to be like her. And many people are saying, Nicki is crazy for making such statements. But honey, if you remember who Nicki was, the pink hair, the yellow hair, and all of that jazz, everyone literally wanted to be like Nicki. So no lies told there. And there's also evidence. The internet is messy, honey. The internet is so messy because the internet has been showing some side-by-side photos of Keysha Kayur, like dressing like Nicki Minaj. However, with saying all of that, I believe Nicki needs to get off the internet and get some help, because no matter what anyone says about Nicki, even if they're saying it from a good, kind, loving place, she goes off on people. And there are people out here who genuinely loves Nicki. I think that Nicki Minaj is one of the most genuine, caring, loving celebrity there is out here. I've seen Nicki Minaj time and time again. She has helped a lot of people. But the difference with Nicki and the other celebrities is that Nicki does not broadcast whenever she's helping people, and she doesn't put it on blast and make an ad of it. Nicki genuinely loves people, and she genuinely helps a lot of people, and she helps them from a genuine place. But I do believe that something happened to Nicki, and I saw Sloan Bella saying it. I saw Sloan Bella saying that when Nicki was younger, stuff happened to her, and she needs to speak out about it, get the help that she needs. And Sloan Bella was very empathetic about it. So you know that Nicki has a lot of trauma, plus what the industry has done to her. The industry has done Nicki so dirty that it takes immense strength, true love for anyone to continue in the music industry based on how bad they've treated that woman. Nicki is one of the best female artists of all times, and how BET treats her every year, and it is so black and white, and for people to support that, and they use that to taunt her, to troll her, to say horrible things about her, it's really, really distasteful. But I will say to Nicki, and this is the thing with Sagittarius people, they have personality like none other. Like, people would think that they're mentally unwell, but it's their personality. Today you're gonna get this of them, you're gonna get that of them. Like, I know so many Sagittarius people, and I know that it is impossible for all of them to be crazy. They have this personality thing about them. When I tell you about personality, Sagittarius people, Virgo people, they have personality like none other. So oftentimes when Nicki is out here being her fun, loving, vibrant self, and people are calling her crazy, it is so unfair to her. That's just her personality, okay? And if you know anyone that's a Sagittarius, you know that they're filled with personality. They're vibrant, and, they're just like a package. So my point is, because I see a lot of things and I know a lot of things that I'm not going to say on here, but I'll say to Nicki Minaj, and I'm not going to listen to anything that comes out of Cardi B's mouth, because Cardi B only speaks about maybe 10% of truth. She tells a lot of lies. No disrespect to Cardi B, but if you listen to Cardi B's stories, they're often inconsistent. But she's cool, she's funny, apart from that, right? But I believe that Nicki should get some help, because it is okay not to be okay. I'm not telling her to leave her husband, because that's her man. She knew him ever since he was a child and she was a child, and whatever Kenneth Petty did or didn't do, he has done his time. He's not out here being a nemesis to people. He's out here protecting his wife. That's all I see him doing, right? So I'm not going to tell her to leave her husband. That's her man. That's her choice. And I see Kenneth Petty as a very protecting husband of Nicki. People are assuming that he's the one who's running off with Nicki's credit card and spending those small measly change. I don't think it is Kenneth Petty, because Nicki gives him his own job where he gets his own good money. Kenneth Petty doesn't need that little chicken change, you know? He doesn't need to be stealing that chicken change from his wife. So as such, I know that's not her husband. So I would hope to see Nicki getting the help that she needs, but I also believe Keysha Kayor is correct. They need to give her husband credit where credit is due. But that's just my 2 cents on the entire matter. Let me know what's your take. And while you're at it, do all you need to on this video to support your girl. Peace.